Hey folks, welcome back. In this video, I just quickly want to show you how you can change what we call the image orientation. If you're going with two pictures in the tilt slider, like you see here, you can have them somewhat side by side or stacked one on top of the other. There we go, like that. So to change that orientation, here's kind of what I suggest you do as a reminder, just so you don't have to do a whole lot of pulling your hair out. Just load up the first slide, like so. Click the first slide, and you see here it's stacked on top of each other. Okay, keep that in mind. Then let's go to our web editor and open up your tilt slider page. Okay, and what I want you to do is right down here on this line where it says tilt view, right above where the two images are actually located, it's going to give a tilt column like so, or it will just be a simple row. If it says tilt column, let's go back to our home page here. Let's click on the first one. Okay, see how they're one on top of the other like that for the first slide? Yeah, well that's because we've applied the tilt call or tilt column for the actual slider container, the image container. Right? For the second picture, we've assigned a style of what we call row. So if we go to the second slide, it'll have them more side by side. So that's all you need to know. Or a good way to reference things is take a look at the first one, take a look to see if they're on top of each other or if they're side by side, and then go back to your actual tilt slider page and say, okay, the first one was on top of each other. It uses the tilt column. Okay, so if I want pictures to be one on top of the other, I'll assign a class of tilt call right here. So in other words, it's either going to be tilt column or tilt col or row. You can just change it to the other one if you want a different sort of aspect, excuse me. Right, so let's say for example we wanted the second set of pictures to be stacked on top. We just simply type or copy. We just copy this and double click on row and paste, and we save it, and we can go back to our page and we can refresh it. There we go. There's the first one, and then we'll go to the second one, and it's going to be one on top of the other. And you can tell, maybe depending on what images you put in here, you may want to have them sized in terms of portrait or landscape. Like pictures that go side by side, portrait pictures work really well for that. Pictures that go stack one on top of each other, somewhat like these ones here, those are landscape oriented pictures. In other words, they're wider than they are taller. These pictures here are taller than they are wider, so they orient a little bit better when they're displayed in the page like